On the different modes of acquiring ownership, just remember, difference between mode and title. Mode is that which by itself is sufficient to transfer and convey ownership or for the acquisition of ownership. Title simply provides the reason, the juridical justification for a mode. If I sell to you my car, title is the contract of sale. But what would effectively transfer and convey ownership to you is not the contract of sale, but rather the delivery of the car. Unless and until there has been delivery, ownership would not have been transferred and conveyed. Remember the various modes of acquiring ownership. Prescription, law. Law itself is a separate mode of acquiring ownership. For example, if you are the owner of a parcel of land, the fruit tree of your neighbor has some branches overhanging your property. Di ba sabi natin, the fruits which naturally fall would belong to you. In that case, I submit, it is the law itself which is the mode of acquiring ownership. For that matter, under the provisions of the Civil Code on change of riverbed, if the river changes its course, nagbago ng ruta, the abandoned bed ipso facto belongs to the owner of the land which is now occupied by the new bed. Again, that is an example of the law itself being the mode of acquiring ownership. Law mismo, may sabi, ipso facto, automatically, sa iyo yan. Alright. Occupation, of course, is another mode of acquiring ownership. Tandaan lang natin, when it comes to occupation, this would apply only to movables. Only movables can be acquired by occupation. When it comes to immovables, that cannot be acquired by occupation. Why? Because one of the requisites of occupation, by its very nature, is that the property must not have an owner. Now, when it comes to land, hindi pwede yan. That is not possible because of the Regalian Doctrine. That's the reason why the law even categorically states in Article 714 that the ownership of a piece of land cannot be acquired by occupation. Donation is another mode of acquiring ownership, which we will discuss in a little while. Intellectual creation is another mode of acquiring ownership, tradition, or delivery as a consequence of certain contracts. And, of course, succession, whether testate or intestate. That's a separate mode of acquiring ownership. You always need a mode of acquiring ownership. Without a mode, ownership cannot be considered to have been vested in a person. There should always be a mode of acquiring ownership. Recall in this connection that case of ACAP versus Court of Appeals. May namatay na tao. Okay, so ang ginawa, the heir executed the document, ang title ng document, Declaration of Heirship with a Waiver of Hereditary Rights. In that document, a third person was supposedly given the properties owned by the decedent. So, ang sabi ng heir, ako ang heir, I am waiving my hereditary rights in favor of Mr. So-and-so, a third person, who is not the legal heir. Sabi ng court, the ownership of the properties subject of that document did not vest in the third person. Why? Because there is no mode of acquiring ownership. That waiver does not operate to vest ownership in the third person. I repeat, there must always be a mode of acquiring ownership. Otherwise, ownership cannot be considered vested in a person. One time it was asked in the bar examinations, how do you distinguish occupation from possession? Number one distinction, in occupation, it is essential that the property should not have an owner. Sabi nga natin, you cannot have occupation as a mode of acquiring ownership if the property has an owner. Number two, occupation applies only to movables. Of course, alam natin ang possession, whether movable or immovable, that would apply. And of course, occupation is a mode of acquiring ownership. In the case of possession, possession by itself does not operate to vest ownership on the possessor.